lotus feet. That's why Govindas also is asking that how we can keep the mind, that with these 9 processes, if we install in our life, gradually, then we will be able to control our mind. Is the mind is the master of all that is happening around us. We all know that, right? Mind is so hard to control. So we have to do that by engaging our sense, which is the mind, into the lotus feet of Krishna, and to serve him. That's called bhakti, devotional service. So we'll read a little bit Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what we do here every Saturday. And today also we will do. And it is said in our Vedic scriptures that we are sleeping, we are in a mode of sleep, right now. And how we are sleeping is that we are being hypnotized by this material nature. And that's why we are sleeping. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jeev Jago, Gaura Chanda Bole. Gaura Chanda Bole, Jeev Jago, wake up, Why he says wake up? With this sound vibration of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhupada explains that, normally when you sleep, go to sleep, then all other senses doesn't realize or not active, right? You cannot see things. But the sound vibration of the ear is very, very powerful. So if there is a tiger comes and if you are sleeping, you cannot see the tiger, right? You cannot feel the tiger came into. But if somebody says tiger, you are going to hear, you're going to wake up and get running that there is a tiger. Similarly, we are a sleeping soul right now. It is also been said in our scriptures that we are sleeping just like this, that somebody is bit by a snake. Somebody is bit by a snake. When they say that when the snake bites, then the person doesn't die immediately. First he goes into coma, the sleeping stage. So person, when the snake bit, they don't die. They go into sleep, comatose situation. And there are some expert chanters, mantra chanters, who are being called. They are called that the guy is asleep, coma. So that these expert chanting people, they chant the mantras and then wake him up, you see. So our situation is the same. We are into same situation. We have been sleeping, we've been, sleep hold is put in this material nature, we don't know who I am, what is going to happen when I'm going to die, So it's called Brahma Jigyasa. We don't have this Jigyasa in us because this is hypnotized by this material nature. So we are thinking that this is it, what I see is what I believe, kind of a thinking we have, We are not saying where I have come from, where I'm going to go, that I have no idea, So that's the reason we are here in this ISKCON temple by Srila Prabhupada's mercy and by the mercy of a lot of the acharyas, that we are sitting here and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's hear it. So currently we are talking from the chapter 9, and it's Canto 7. It says, transcendental knowledge given by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, who was only 5-year-old boy, you can see, Nrsimhadev there, his father is being killed right now, you see. And Prahlad Maharaj, only 5-year-old boy. So he has given us the step-by-step instructions how we should live this life, We are here in this material world. We have made a mistake coming into this material world. So how we can take an advantage of, of this body. So in this bhajan also, it says that Durlabha Manushya Janma. Durlabha means very hard to get, this Manushya Janma, this body of the person, the human beings. It's very hard. What is the difference between us and the animals? He said, I just quoted that one slok. It says that Ahar Nidra Vaimetun Samanyatat Pasubir Naranam. Whatever we are eating, whatever we are, mating, whatever we are doing, all these things, defending, that's a very common. Animals does it, we do it too, right? Dharmo hi tesam adhiko viseso, dharmena vina pasubirnanam. But we have this religion. What is my duty? That understanding which we have it, because our consciousness has been developed. The consciousness of the animals is not developed, so they do not know what is there. They are coming into this 8.4 million species of life in a cycle by cycle. The snake becomes tiger, and tiger becomes lion, and lion becomes fish, like that. Keep on coming. And we've been through that too. It's just that we have forgotten. And now we have come as a human, we are given this birth. How we have given? Either we have finished this cycle, or we came across in association of a devotee, and we got this birth of a human. It says that whenever you are in association of a devotee, the cycle breaks, and you are given an opportunity again to become a human being. So we got this. So that's why it says that Athato Brahmaja. So therefore now what? That's what we have to understand. So what shall I do now? Next, I got this human body. If you don't do anything and stay in this area, you're going to get another body. That's for sure. Srila Prabhupada explained through the scriptures to us. Prahlad Maharaj also says that this body is temporary, but because it is so precious, we should be taking care of it by getting this spiritual knowledge. That's what is important. And that's why we read Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, who is a great soul, and now Nrsimhadev is going to tell him how great he is. So far we have come up to here that his father is on the left, Nrsimhadev is over there. He's very, very furious, and Prahlad Maharaj was being sent to him by Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and everybody. And Prahlad Maharaj is putting a prayer to calm him down, And it is the end of the prayer now. And at the end of the prayer, this whole conversation is between Narad and who is that? Huh? Narad and Yudhishthir Maharaj. Because Yudhishthir Maharaj is listening to Narad, and his whole Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Prahlad Maharaj is being told to him, So now Prahlad Maharaj, Narad is telling this to Yudhishthir Maharaj that the great saint Narad said, thus Lord Nrsimhadev was pacified by the devotee Prahlad Maharaj. So we read the whole prayers for so many months, right? That Prahlad Maharaj is praying and telling how great Nrsimhadev is, and how without him we can't do anything, how great he is, how everything comes out of him, And then he also tells an earlier sloka that these 6 processes, if I can take, then only I can realize you or come to your abode, He says in the letter, therefore, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all persons to whom prayers are offered, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, because without rendering 6 kind of devotional services, Prahlad Maharaj says, unto you, which are the 6? Offering prayers, dedicating all the results of the activities, worshipping you, working on your behalf, always remembering your lotus feet, and hearing about your glories. Who can achieve that which is meant for the Paramhamsas? What is meant for the Paramhamsas? Paramhamsas, Krishna says, they come to me, in chapter 8. Paramhamsas go back to Krishna Lok, to serve him at the lotus feet. So what achievement Paramhamsa can do, you can also achieve this through these 6 different processes. That's what it says. And then finally, so the Narad says, the great saint Narad said, thus, Lord Nrsimhadev was pacified by devotee Prahlad Maharaj with prayers offered from the transcendental platform. Remember this. He has offered these prayers to Nrsimhadev from a transcendental platform. You see, he was above the bodily level, Prahlad Maharaj was. Lord gave up his anger and being very kind to Prahlad, who was offering prostrated obeisances, he spoke as follows. That means that he was so much angry after killing Nrsingadev. But then he was pacified by Prahlad Maharaj. And then, so he calmed down now, you see. So, now Nrsingadev is, see how greatly he is appreciating, or he is becoming very close to Prahlad Maharaj. So we'll read text number 52, yeah? If you can follow. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Prahad Bhadra Bhadram Te. Prito Aham Te Asurottama. Varam Vrushniva Amitam. Varam Vrushniva Amitam. Kamapuro Asmiyaham Nranam. Prahad Bhadra Bhadram Te. Prito Aham Te Asurottam. Varam Vrushniva Varam Vrunisva Abhimatam. Kamapuro Asmiyaham Nranam. Alright, so word by word translation for this is Sri Bhagavan Vacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Prahlad, O my dear Prahlad, Bhadra, you are so gentle. Bhadram, all good fortune. Te, unto you. Pritaha, pleased. Aham, I am. Te, unto you. Asura Uttam, O best devotees in the family of Asuras. Varam, benediction. Vrunisva, just ask. Abhimatam, desired. Kampuraha, who fulfills everyone's desire. Asmi, am. Aham, I. Nunam, all of men. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Prahlad, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desire of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled. This is what he says. One more time. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Prahlad, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desire of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Bhakta Vatsal, the Supreme Personality who is very affectionate to his devotees. It is not very extraordinary that the Lord offered his devotees all benedictions. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said in effect, I fulfill the desire of everyone. Since you are my devotee, whatever you want for yourself will naturally be given. But if you pray for anyone else, that prayer also will be fulfilled. Remember this. Thus, if we approach the Supreme Lord or his devotee, or if we are blessed by a devotee, naturally we will automatically achieve the benediction of the Supreme Lord. Yashya prasadat bhagavad prasadam, Yashya prasadat nagati kutupi. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says this: if one please the Vaishnava spiritual master, all of one's desire will be fulfilled. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksuran Anmalaten Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupanga Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajiva Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sakanitam Ischa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Deva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Krishna Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Dvaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram So, Supreme Personality of Godhead say, my dear Prahlad, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asura, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desire of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled. So we can see, Krishna can fulfill our desires, no doubt. He is saying that in the form of Nrsimhadev. And Krishna is also Bhakta Vatsal. Whoever does his bhakti, his seva, he is bought by this. He is bought by bhakti. Krishna can bought by bhakti. He cannot be purchased any other way. So we should see this here, that if you are, moving towards Krishna's seva or devotional service, definitely he is going to fulfill your desire. He himself is saying here that I can fulfill the desire of everybody. And then how he can fulfill our desire? How does he know? Because he is sitting in our heart as Paramatma. He knows what our desires are. And he sanctions. He says, Upadrashta Anumanta Bhakta Bharta Bhokta Maheswara. I am the one who is watching you, is keeping track of everything. And I'm sanctioning. What is given to you, I sanction. And I watch. He is sitting in our heart, as a super soul. So here also he says that I fulfill everybody's desire, And then Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, right? Chaturvida bhajante. Sukrutino Arjuna. Sukrutino. Those who are doing pious activities. And they are the one. That's Arto Artharti, and Jigyasu, and Jnani, the one who has intelligence, So those are the one. And out of that, the Gnani, the intelligent one, is the one considered the number one devotee, There are three classes of devotee and he is the number one, And then we are, the neophytes, are considered the third class, We are just beginning. We are beginning, Because we start with that, Krishna give me this, Krishna give me money, Krishna take care of my all the miseries. That's how we start, That's the neophyte stage of ours, And that's where we start. And then gradually we keep on going up and up and up. And then once Prabhupada explained in Nectar of Devotion that then we become a number one, first class devotee, Prabhupada called it, So we have to be from neophyte stage to we have to go to the first class devotee. That's very important. Now you become automatically, because there are two divisions of this, two divisions of bhakti, devotional service. There are two stages, One is called Vidhi Bhakti, and the other one is called, what's the second one? Raganurag Bhakti, So you start with neophyte stage, and then you come to this stage that you become raganurag automatically. Like first somebody has to tell you, okay, you chant 16 rounds, you get up early in the morning, you become a spiritual master, and then says, hey, you should get up at 4:30 in the morning every day. Very hard, right? You say you observe these four regulative principles. So first it's called regulative life. That means that vidhi bhakti, regulative life, So you cannot eat outside, you cannot go watch a film, you cannot go to the restaurants, very, very hard life. Get up early in the morning and take a shower with the cold water sometime, especially in India sometime. So very difficult. So then initial stage is very, very difficult for us, all of us. Then you develop a small love for Krishna gradually, you see. And then you go to that stage of raganurag bhakti where you have to do it. Nobody has to tell you, automatically do it. You automatically get up early in the morning, automatically chant, automatically do all these things. That's called raganurag, And that comes. You see, you do not want to do like first you said, okay, why don't you get up at 4:30 in the morning and then dress Krishna? So first, because you're spiritual master and your higher authorities told you, so you're going to do it forcefully. But later on you say, I have to do it. You just come here with love. If you don't do it, you feel very, very bad inside. You feel like guilty, you see. So that stage comes, So that's called Rakana. Those are the two stages, So that's where we have to go from a neophyte stage, become a first-class devotee, first the regulative principles you observe all, and then you move forward to the Rakana. Because that's what is wanted. That's what it is. Then Krishna, you become a Bhakta Vatsa, you see. This state doesn't come just like, I came here one day and say, okay, Krishna, please, do whatever I say. I'm very dear to you because I came to see you, or I come every Sunday. Don't you notice that? Like inside we say that. I come here every Sunday, I do all these things for you. It doesn't come. Because Krishna is through love only we can purchase him. You see, our Father does not want us to, undo things, right? He doesn't expect us to do things, right? But when we do things for our Father, or when we do things for our mother, they become so much purchased by us, right? With our love that, oh, my son is doing this, So similarly, Krishna has the same thing, Krishna has the same quality, he get purchased by that. Then he said, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Bhagavad Gita after that, So that quality is that, that's why Prabhupada says that. Not only that, Prabhupada elaborates that when you desire to have something, right? So Prabhupada says, when you desire for other people, Krishna also listens. See? So that's the reason we pray here for other people too. You see? Because Krishna, our desires, real desires, is that other person become very comfortable with that. Then we pray for them, and Krishna listens. And then it happens. Maybe I don't be able to see with my physical eyes, that's for sure, right? But Krishna listens, Because why it's true? Because it's written here in the scripture. You see? It's written here in the scripture, that's why it's true. It's said by our acharyas, that's why it's true, Sadhu. So, Guru, Sadhu, and Sastra. These three, they are just like a railway tracks. They go straight, very, very parallel. You see, this is how we have to believe. This is why it's written. Our parampara gurus, they are also saying the same thing. Like Srila Prabhupada saying the same thing was written in the scriptures. They do parallel. So that's why it's truthful. That's why we convict this faith. Our faith become convicted through these scriptures and our acharyas. Because otherwise we say, oh, I don't know about this. Whatever written is true or not. Who knows, right? Because like this whole historical thing about Ramayana, whole historical thing about Mahabharata, and people keep on saying it's a mythology, Shame on them, but I'm saying that, that because they don't have a faith, you see. They don't think it happened, or they don't think they think it's just mythology. So, somebody wrote it like a story or something like that, because they are very, very atheist. And that's why, and that's the reason we have to cultivate this faith. And the faith can be cultivated through the association of the devotees, you know. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jivan. Guru Krishna Kripa Pae Bhakti Lata Bij. Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of a devotional plant, devotional plant, is cultivated by meeting this Guru and Krishna. Why Krishna is right here, in and out both. Out is the spiritual master, in is Krishna himself, in your heart. That's why we call it Krishna in and Krishna out both. Yato yato yami, tato. That's what I say. Everywhere Krishna is. So we have to cultivate this faith. And once we cultivate this faith, then that's the first stage. And usually we cultivate through association. So the association is very much important, all the time, you see. And then in association, you hear these glories of Krishna, glorification of Krishna, we hear, and we have to develop that faith also, like eventually when you have a spiritual master, faith in him. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. Without his mercy, without his prasad, we cannot go beyond this material world. Bhava Sindhu, we cannot surpass. You see, this material world, which is compared to Bhava Sindhu. Bhava means to become. You keep on becoming. Sometimes the tiger and sometimes the rabbit, and you keep on becoming. Bhava Sindhu, in this material sea, this material thing we are into it, and then we keep on becoming. That's why it says that until unless we take the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna through the Guru, then only it's going to happen. That's why we come here every time we walk in here. We pay obeisances to Srila Prabhupada first, because Srila Prabhupada is the one who can have mercy on you, and he can recommend, like we say, can you write a recommendation letter for me? Right? So somebody has to know you before they write a recommendation. We cannot write recommendation without knowing somebody, right?
He has the back door key.
Huh?
He has the back door key.
Right. See? Manish Prabhu knows. He has the back door key. So, we go to Srila Prabhupada and say, can you recommend me to Krishna? And Krishna listens. Recommendation. You see? It's very important. In this cultivation of bhakti, it's very important. If you don't want to cultivate, then it's not important. You come here and pray and go, say, Krishna, give me $1 million, I'll be happy. But if you want to cultivate bhakti, then you have to go through Srila Prabhupada or similar acharya, if you find one who is pure devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, has no ulterior motives, who wants to do good to you, not that he wants to do him. He say, give me $1,000, I go fly India. No, not that. You have to have somebody who can actually want to do good for you, your soul. That is the question asked by the Munis in Naimisharanya, right? One question was that what we need to do, what is good for me, my soul. So I will end here, and thank you very much. Unless if you have any question or comment, I'll take it for 5 minutes. Otherwise, we'll come tomorrow.